Okay, so I did this before for you and it didn't work. So I'm going to do it again and I'm going to do it really quick. So I have this picture of Katybug opened up. It's Grant's girlfriend. And I am going to duplicate it. So I'll go to File, Duplicate. So if I screw it up, I can scrap the whole thing. And then, so I've got the file open. I'm going to go to Place, File, Place. And then I'm going to go to where I keep my overlays. I have a file called PSE Overlays. I'm going to go to Sky Overlays. And I'm going to open one. They come in portrait or landscape. And this file we're working with, or the photo we're working with, is in portrait. But you can use a landscape photo on a portrait picture, but you can't really use, I guess you could, but it'd be stretched out a little bit if you used a portrait picture on a landscape. So I think this is the one I used before. I want to use something that is light on the bottom because my sky is so blown out. If it's light at the bottom, you usually make it blend better. So we're going to use this one. So when you hit OK, it puts it over your picture, and then you just put it where you want it. Now if you hold down Shift and you go to the corner here, you can open this up without distorting it too much. Or not distorting it at all, I guess. So I put it right above the tree line. So now see, this is light and this is light. They'll blend together better. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So anyway, that looks good. So I click OK. And now I'm going to add a mask to that. And then I can change the opacity so I can see the original image through the overlay. So now I know where to delete. Okay, so I'm going to take a black paint with a black brush to erase this image or the overlay from my original image. So let's make this a little bit bigger. And I like to use a soft brush with soft edges because then it just doesn't make the edges harsh. So we're going to go like this. Let's just go straight across here. And then we have to take it off her little hat. And so let's make it a little darker because we don't want to go too far over the edge here because it'll give it a glow. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Like, let me just do it right here. So now when I turn the opacity up all the way, there's like a glow around her hat. So you try to keep it on the inside edge a little bit. Oops. So try to keep it on the pink. So it doesn't have that like halo type effect, I guess you would call it. Which we're going to get a little bit of anyway. So if we bring the opacity up all the way, you can see it's kind of, but I guess it looks like clouds. So it gives it a little bit of a halo effect, but she's still got it on her hat a little bit here. Okay, so I think if we turn that down a little bit, it makes it look a little bit more natural or real, although that is pretty. Let's do it like that. Now let's flatten it. And then Christina mentioned doing a little burning to give it a more of a vignette look. So what this does is it just gives it more contrast. If you use the dodge tool, I think, it actually exposes it. I think that's how it goes. But let me see here with the burn. Let's see, does this darken it up? Yeah, darkens it up a little bit. And then what you can do is you can go back and make this put it like a Gaussian blur or a blur over the back here to make the blur match the blur that's down here, because sometimes it looks weird when the clouds are in focus and your image is in focus, but there's still that bokeh blur back here. So I hope that makes sense. I guess I could try to show you that real quick. So, uh-oh, Harper's losing it in the other room. All right, we'll show you that later, or let me know if you need me to show you that. And then you can run your action from here as well. Okay.